Welcome in to the Oklahoma's video studio. Good morning, I'm Dave Morris alongside Mr. Mike Knopp, Executive Director of the Oklahoma City Boathouse Foundation. How are you, sir?
I'm doing great. How are you, Dave?
Doing quite well. In past episodes, we have talked about the camps and guide schools. Let's just follow up there. How are those going, or how have they gone?
They've gone well. With our first camps were during spring break, and we had our spring break adventure camps, and they went very well. We had a lot of kids signed up for that, and I think it's just a prelude. I think Awesome had spoken about this last week of all the camps. We have a lot of camps this summer, and a lot of ways to keep your kids busy and having fun, but maybe learning something new. And so that's going really well. And it's really now time to think about registering if you're interested. Some of these camps do fill up. And then we also have had our guide schools. We've had our first two rafting guide schools, and boy, they've been filled up too. I mean, a lot of people, I think, are looking at that second job maybe as being a raft guide in Oklahoma City.
What's wrong with that?
So nothing wrong with that. Yeah. Hey, it's a fun job, and some people I think just enjoy learning that skill. I mean, it is a very intensive class in terms of what you learn and how to guide rafts through our course. And it's big water, and you learn a lot of things doing so.
Corporate rafting must be underway, because I see some of my colleagues in the from the newsroom and from over at Big Wing on Facebook posting about, hey, had a great time today, may or may not have fallen out, but it seems like that must be underway.
It is underway, and that people are having a great time. Our corporate rafting has really grown over the last, we haven't been open a year yet, but it seems like every time we've done it, the last 2 seasons it's grown, and this spring as well. It's a lot of fun, and they're going to have. They're going to get to see the top rafters in the country when they come here in May. We have the R4 Rafting National Championship. So we've got our corporate rafters, and then we're going to have these people that do it as it's their main deal, their main sport, and they'll be here in May, and it is a true national championship. It'll be, and it's really cool because typically you have these major rafting events on natural rivers, and so the fact that you're downtown, I think is going to be a really neat thing for people to experience.
Well, and that leads us right into the Whitewater Festival, which comes up May 18th through the 21st, and it's a 4-day Whitewater celebration, if you will.
Well, it is. It's a great way to kick off the summer. Kids are getting out of school about that time, and you can really come down and check out all the action and also get involved yourself. The cool thing about this, just like we did at the Olympic trials last year when we opened, is we may have all these people competing from around the country, but then you can still go rafting yourself and be on the water at the same time with these athletes. So, and it is a packed festival. It has grown a lot since I think we first started talking about it. We have 3 national championships going on, and I think that's really
that's great for you guys to be able to land those national championships.
Well, it's great. The fact that it's not 1, not 2, but 3 now because of I think it shows us what the power of this Whitewater Center really is for Oklahoma City, and what the opportunities, not just from an economic development standpoint or heads and beds, but also perceptions. When you have that many people coming from out of town to our Whitewater in downtown Oklahoma City, they change the way they think about Oklahoma City. We really become that on the list of those outdoor adventure towns, and who would have thought, and so that alone is cool. But so we have the Rafting National Championship, like I had mentioned. We also have this the national trials for the national team. It's the national team selection event, and so what that is essentially an event where we have people it's like the Olympic trials in a non-Olympic year, and so you're trying to make the national team. So we really have the top slalom athletes from around the country that'll be here trying to get on the team. And then we also have the national championship for extreme canoe slalom, and let me explain that.
What might that be?
Yeah. It's a new event.
Are they standing?
It's. Well, we thought we were going to have kind of a lazy downriver event, when we first started talking about the Whitewater Festival, but this event has morphed into the extreme canoe slalom event. And the reason for that is this is a sanctioned discipline from the International Canoe Federation, newly sanctioned. which means they will have a world championship for this event. Now it's much like if you follow like snowboarding. It's like snowboard supercross, in that two athletes race down a channel. It's side by side, through the gates. And so it's a very exciting event to watch, very TV friendly, very spectator friendly, which is, one of the reasons why they added this as a new discipline. So I think we'll see this more and more.
That's interesting.
But the fact that we're the first national championship really for this new discipline, and the athletes from our event will then go on to the World Championship.
Wow, very cool. We're chatting with Mike Knopp, Executive Director of the Oklahoma City Boathouse Foundation. That'll be interesting to watch, and the whole rafting Whitewater area is very spectator-friendly as it is.
And I will say that from that standpoint, I was down over the weekend. I go down and just check out, we still have construction going on, and I wanted to see how things are going. And we have these new bridges that are being prepared to be put in over the east end of the venue, and there are 3 bridges in total that will connect all the islands with the kayak boathouse.
That'll make a big difference too.
It will make a huge difference, and I think from a spectator standpoint, you could stand on a bridge right when the athletes start, at the top of the course, as well at the bottom of the course. So really some really incredible viewing angles. I talked to a guy from a photography club in Oklahoma City. He's like, we love coming out because you can get so close to the action here,
right? And
it's very unique.
Yeah, I mean, you can get the facial expression of the athletes on the water.
Yeah.
You can get so close. Well, speaking of a different view, there are a couple zip lines as it is out there along the river, but you are going to take it to a whole nother level of a combination basketball zip line.
Why not?
Okay.
We say that a lot, but the fact that we thought it'd be fun to, when you're harnessed up and you're zipping, you're flying over the ground, to go ahead and put some basketball goals in and have the experience of flying over. We watch the Thunder and watch all those world-class athletes do that all the time, and to be able to try to drop a ball in a hoop and see and have different opportunities. We thought it'd be a fun twist on a zip line experience, and have some prizes and things like that for people that make it. And that'll be coming here later this spring.
All right, one last thing to tell you about, not at the river. Hefner Fest is coming up, and it's getting some buzz, and I say that because there's a Facebook page, and Mike, it says 477 people are going, 3,500 are interested. What is the Hefner Fest?
Yeah, it's one of those things that's quickly building buzz, which is great. We have our Lake Hefner Boathouse, which was the old Lake Patrol building at the Lake Hefner Marina. We've taken over the management of the marina, and we have kayak rentals and SUP and sailing programs, and it's right on the trail. And that was really part of the strategy to sort of activate all of our great resources that we have in Oklahoma City. And so Hefner Fest was conceived to really bring attention to that opportunity to get involved and get active on the water there. We feel like it's a little underutilized, that there's a lot of ways that people can go and get on the water at Lake Hefner. It's a beautiful venue, and sometimes we take those things for granted when we've just lived here for a while and gotten used to it. And the fact is, we've got a world-class sailing lake. I mean, just like we have a world-class river, and we've had that world-class sailing lake for a long time, and have great events with the boat club and what they do out there. But what we want to do is provide, we have a whole host of programs, sailing programs, but also canoe and kayak and stand-up paddleboard rentals as well that will go on. We have a vision for where that will go out there, and the fact that you can ride from that boathouse to the overall boathouse to the Oklahoma River is cool as well. So this event will sort of spotlight all of that.
And you partnered up with Leadership OKC.
We have, we work a lot with Leadership Oklahoma City in terms of all the throughout the years, and the Loyal class this year took this on as a project of theirs, and they're doing a great job. They're going to actually go out and help us really put a little TLC into the Hefner Boathouse, and kind of a first phase of renovations, and over time we'll see more happen out there.
I was about to say there are some renovations planned for that, right?
Yeah.
The Hefner Fest is coming up April 22nd. That is from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. More information about everything that Mike has spoken about today can be found on their website at riversportsokc.org. Mike, great to see you again. Thanks for the update.
Thank you, Dave.